We got this milking stanchion hung up from Papa Mark. Seems to work pretty good. She can't move quite as much. And no knot tying. Grace's new job is to throw hay down the hay chute at chore time. Here it comes. Look out below. How come no hay's falling down?
There it goes.
Huh.
Yeah.
You gotta get two hands going now.
Okay. But
Yeah, they'll keep you warm. The teats are warm.
Okay.
Squeeze hard.
But it has poop on the side. What is it?
It's okay, we're just milking for the pigs.
Ew.
Can I try, Grace? Can I try, Grace?
Welcome to the Little Acres Homestead. I hope you'll like and subscribe. Today we're milking Betsy. And the first thing I usually do is I just kind of rub the teats, make sure that they're not full of hay and manure. And then I get my nifty scrub brush, which used to be a bottle brush for beer brewing. I won't use it for that anymore, don't worry if you drink my beer. If I ever brew again, I'd like to. I just bristle brush off the teats and the rest of the udder. Keep the junk out of the milk as much as possible. Right now we're not getting too much milk for ourselves because we're milking for a calf. And he drinks half a gallon twice a day. So I've been just starting in this dirty old bucket. I rinse it and stuff, but it's fine for animals. Because the first few squirts out of every teat, 4, 5, 6 squirts out of every teat go on the ground, or not for human consumption. That's where most of the bacteria is going to be. But if I don't have to waste it if I just throw it in here for pigs or milk for our little steer. This one's not on milk anymore. As you can see, I've got her in her stanchion. Hope Charlie didn't lock it though. I just reinforced it. It was just hanging, but now I've got this pillar which is supporting the barn where they cut out for the hay chute. So I've tied it off on both sides. Now she's really not able to move much, which is nice. And we just kick a bale down when we run low. They can also reach the same hay from inside their pen. So I'm going on to the teats now. I'm going to make sure I get the first and those back ones too. And then I'm just going to pull everything out of these two teats right here in this bucket. This bucket will give me my first bottle. Then I'll switch to a clean sanitized bucket for the second bottle because anything that's left out of that bucket will be filtered through cheesecloth and served up for breakfast. It's not raw milk, it's real milk. So this part takes quite a while. I'm getting faster at it. I would say, not counting prep and clean up, I'll say milking probably takes me half hour. Used to be more like an hour, but I've definitely gotten faster over time. I'm going to bring the camera down here so you can see the teats up close. People always think that it is a pull, but it is really much more of a squeeze. So again, that milk looks dirty just because I didn't clean it up too good. It's not going to hurt the calf. They drink it right out of dirty teats in the field. So I'm going to take my thumb. I take a thumb and 2 fingers. I wrap, kind of trap the milk in. 2 fingers, thumb, wrap, trap the milk in, and squeeze. Then I kind of move my thumb back up to the top, pressing on the udder, and squeeze. You can see she started to reach forward there, and sometimes she'll tend to kick the bucket. But now that I have her tied into her stanchion, old milk stanchion, 3 ties instead of 1, she really isn't able to do much. So I got this side about dry. When I milk the other side, I'll milk this side a little bit too, as some more is let down. But I'll show you what I'm currently doing with the milk, as I kind of already mentioned. So here's a calf bottle. And this cat loves when I don't use a funnel for these calf bottles. She drinks all the splashes. So I always splash plenty without even trying. None of it gets wasted. Whoops, see what I'm talking about? I'm not even worried about it. A little bit to the cats is fine. There's a little bit left in the bottom. So here's the bottle that Kate's gonna feed here in a little bit, out back. And then here's my other one. Looks like Charlie didn't feed it all this morning for some reason. And there's just a little bit left here. Whoops, that was more than I usually spill. Blackie number 2 is in heaven. I don't know if that's number 1 or number 2. Put the top on loose, but I've obviously got to finish that from the other side. But I'm gonna go into a clean bucket now. So whatever's left, you can filter and use. This bucket was sanitized last night after milking. It's been sitting in the fridge, so it's clean and sanitized. I used to switch sides, but now lately I've just been milking from the same side and just reaching across so I don't have to get up. But obviously right now the way I'm doing it, I'm getting up halfway through anyway. But just so if her legs are in the way, I just gently tap with my foot and she'll set them back. Usually, sometimes she'll put them back. I also always, obviously my hand's right here. If I feel her leg starting to move towards the bucket, I just gently push back on her leg and she usually sets it back down. She's pretty good. She only would kick the bucket over by mistake. But someday when we get a new younger milk cow that hasn't been doing it forever, I'm sure there's a lot of training involved. So I'm just gonna reach across. I've already stripped these teats. We're gonna milk this side. We should get about another half gallon or so. Yeah, you're supposed to. Just about done here. As I mentioned, I'm hitting these other teats because they do tend to fill back up with a little bit of milk. Down to the last few squirts. I always push up on the udder a little bit too. That's what a calf does. Allows a little more milk to be let down. I like to get it milk dry as much as possible. Keep her producing, and so we have plenty to use. So I've got some fairly clean milk here, and it's going to become cleaner if there's any left, because I'm going to filter it through cheesecloth. So first, let's fill this bottle, because that's important right now. This will be tomorrow morning's bottle. And there's probably right now only going to be about a pint of extra. We're not getting very much. Ooh, today wasn't a great day either. That's all the extra we've got. I've been bringing it in every 2 days. So you'll see in the mason jar here, I've got yesterday's extra. I'll combine it and bring it in. It'll be about a quart of milk. We used to get well over 2 gallons a day. And then I partially dried her off. You can see that in some of my other videos, like Sleeping Betsy or the first vet visit or some of those. But anyway, I did it for 5 days Then I changed my mind, and I'm glad I did, because it did turn out she wasn't pregnant. But when I started milking again, I'm down a gallon a day in production, so I wish I wouldn't have done that. Getting about a gallon in a pint now, as opposed to sometimes close to 2.5 gallons. Hopefully beef balls will get her pregnant by end of summer maybe. Then of course we gotta wait 9 months. So I've got my cheesecloth right here. It's clean, it's been sanitized last time I used it. Cat face, you can get out of here. Here's my clean, sanitized funnel. Stick the cheesecloth in, just in case there's any little particles of hay or whatever. Filter it. And as you can see, it does clean it up. I didn't want that in my milk. So this will be brought in for dinner milk for the kids and then breakfast cereal for me and whoever. Add some Dawn, antibacterial Dawn. Cuts the grease and the high butter fat. Also sanitizes. I add, oh, I don't know, a pint of water or so, maybe a quart of water. Then my hands get cold on this. Just for a minute though, I clean off that cheesecloth and get any of those little particles out of it. Agitate it on both sides. Bring it out. Open it up to make sure that it's clean. Looks good. Bring it out some more, because if you don't, it's been freezing pretty solid in the fridge because it's so cold outside. I've been hanging these in here. This, you can see yesterday's frozen solid. And then to get the bucket cleaned, sanitized, pour it through the filter, clean that, get the outside of the filter. This can be put away. And then I agitate this, just get the edges a little bit and make sure that any grease is cut. Dump it out, put them away, and done milking for the day. Sparkle Cow's looking at you.
Hey, Dad, milk. Are you there?
Here's what we do with some of Betsy's milk. Let's see how fast he sucks the bottle down. Could you drink a half gallon of milk this fast?
Nah. He drank all of it.
Yes, he does. Milk is so good, we can't hardly keep it in stock. That's all that's left for the day. Take your drink, Grace. She loves it. Good?